It's time to step down, Sarah, my bill announced as he stormed into my office with the board behind him. Your mismanagement has nearly bankrupted us. I'm taking control. I smiled calmly, opening my desk drawer. Actually, Michael, let's talk about who really owns this company. The reality was, Michael had always underestimated me. I pulled out a thick folder from my desk drawer and placed it in front of him. You see, Michael, I said, my voice smooth and measured. While you've been scheming behind my back, I've been preparing for this moment. Michael snatched the folder and flipped it open. His eyes skimmed the pages, and I saw the precise second he realized he'd walked into a trap. The color drained from his face. This isn't possible, he stammered. Oh, but it is. I leaned forward. This is the forensic audit I had commissioned 3 months ago. It details every reckless financial decision you've made under my leadership, every hidden transaction, every backdoor deal. The board didn't know about those, did they? The murmurs behind him grew louder as the board members stepped forward to look at the documents. One of them, Mr. Caldwell, an old friend of my father's, narrowed his eyes. Michael, is this true? Michael's hands tightened around the folder. She's lying. I smirked. Am I? Because the SEC might find this particularly interesting. Oh, and so might law enforcement. I slid another paper forward. This is a preliminary report from our legal team. Fraud, embezzlement. Need I go on? A bead of sweat formed at Michael's temple. He opened his mouth to argue, but another board member, Ms. Reynolds, cut in. This is serious, Michael. If these allegations are true, we can't support you. I sat back in my chair. So I think we should be discussing your resignation, Michael, not mine. The room was silent except for the faint ticking of the clock on my wall. Finally, Mr. Caldwell sighed and turned to the rest of the board. I think it's clear. We stand with Sarah. Michael's shoulders slumped. He had lost. I clasped my hands together and smiled. Now, if there's nothing else, I have a company to run. Michael's face twisted in frustration, but he wasn't stupid. He knew when he was cornered. Slowly, he straightened, exhaling sharply through his nose like a bull ready to charge. This isn't over, he muttered under his breath. I tilted my head, feigning curiosity. Oh, but it is, Michael. Unless, of course, you'd like me to make some calls, perhaps to the authorities? He clenched his jaw, then turned on his heel and stormed out. The board exchanged glances, some relieved, others wary. I knew this wasn't just about winning today. It was about securing my future and proving, once and for all, that I was in control. I turned to the board with a calm smile. Now, let's talk about moving forward. We have a company to save. Mr. Caldwell nodded. Agreed. What's your plan? I leaned forward, ready to take back what was mine. First, we clean house. Michael might have tried to overthrow me, but now I was stronger than ever. And I wasn't just going to keep my company. I was going to make sure no one ever dared to challenge me again. Michael might have lost the battle, but I knew he wouldn't go down quietly. As the board members shuffled out, whispering among themselves, I caught a glimpse of Michael lingering just outside my office, his phone pressed to his ear, his face twisted in anger. My gut told me he wasn't retreating. He was regrouping. Good, let him try. I tapped my intercom. Jessica, get IT and legal on the line. Now, my assistant responded immediately. Right away, Ms. Carter. Within minutes, my legal advisor, Mark, and IT security head, Elena, stepped into my office. I didn't waste time. Michael isn't going down without a fight, I said, flipping open my laptop. I want full monitoring of company emails, server access logs, and any unusual activity in our financial accounts. If he's planning something, I want to know before he even makes a move. Elena nodded, her fingers already flying over her tablet. I'll have our cybersecurity team track any unauthorized attempts to access the system. If he's trying to pull anything, we'll catch it. Mark adjusted his glasses. And legal? Should I draft an official cease and desist in case he tries to undermine you? I smirked. Do it. And while you're at it, make sure we have everything ready to press formal fraud charges if he so much as breathes the wrong way. Just then, my phone buzzed. A private, blocked number. I answered. Sarah Carter. A slow, amused chuckle came from the other end. Well played, Sarah. Michael's voice drawled. But you didn't think I'd just walk away, did you? I swiveled in my chair, glancing out my window at the city skyline. Michael, you just don't learn, do you? You took my company, he sneered. I laughed softly. No, Michael, I protected what was already mine. Silence. Then his tone darkened. Watch your back, Sarah. The line went dead. I exhaled, my fingers tightening around my phone. Elena looked up from her tablet. We've got an issue. I turned to her, already bracing myself. What now? She slid the tablet across my desk. Someone just tried to access the company's offshore accounts. If I had to guess, it's Michael. I grinned. Checkmate. Block him, I ordered. and prepare a statement for the board. It's time to finish the way.